Become a bit more clear. So Abdul Aziz Khan was just 7 years old when his mother and stepfather abducted him from Georgia amid a bitter custody battle. They had since been living on the run undetected for the last 7 years until now. So let's welcome in Sheriff who helped to reunite Aziz with his father, Douglas County, Colorado Sheriff Darren Weekly. Sheriff Weekly, thank you so much for giving us some of your time today. Talk about the circumstances surrounding this discovery. How did your deputies know something was off?
Well, when they rolled up on the call, they found two kids in a motor vehicle that was parked in the driveway. They contacted the kids at first. One of the children that we later identified to be Aziz called in to his mother, and Bourgeois and Khalid came out of the home. And that's when our deputies began to question them about what they were doing there. They claimed to be associates of the realtor, but their story started to unravel. Khalid had said she didn't have any identification. Bourgeois provided an ID of a dead person. And so our deputies did what they were supposed to do. They began asking questions, trying to confirm identity and things like that. And quickly they began to trip over themselves about who they were and why they were there.
Yeah, so Sheriff, do we know any more about why they were there? Because again, there were two kids in the back seat or in the car that was sitting in this driveway of apparently a vacant house that was up for sale. Is that what sparked the call to even come in the first place?
It was. The homeowner was monitoring his security cameras for a home that he was putting up for sale. They made entry through an open door. Our detectives are still looking into why they were in there, because we did identify an apartment complex in the city of Aurora, which is nearby, that they actually resided in. So our detectives are still digging into that and why they were in there.
Okay, so talk about what happens next with Aziz. Has he already now been reunited with his father, with the rest of his family? Because again, we know this all started with a custody battle.
They have not been officially reunited yet. That is going to take a little bit of time. For the last, when I met with Dad, he told me he actually hasn't seen Aziz for 9 years. So it took some time for the criminal justice system to catch up and actually put a warrant out for Khalid. So after 9 years, that reunification process is going to take a while. This is the only life that Aziz has known. And so it's going to be baby steps to get them back up to that. But the father is in Colorado, and that process is underway.
Wow. Yeah. Any word, Sheriff, on the status of that other child who was also in the car with Aziz?
They are both in good health. We're not identifying the other child at this point, but Department of Human Services is taking good care of these young people right now. Our deputies out on scene took good care of them as well. They went to a neighbor's house, got these kids food. They were watching Peppa Pig and Blue's Clues with these kids, getting them some food to make this incident less stressful. But these kids are in good hands now as we take next steps.
All right, and my last question for you, Sheriff. Aziz's mother and the man that she was with, Bourgeois, did some research. I know they are both being held on $1 million bond. What happens next at this point for them?
We intend to prosecute them out of our judicial district, our district attorney, George Brockler. We're going to prosecute them here, and we want to make sure justice is served in Douglas County, and then we'll see where the criminal justice system leads us. But this is a very serious case. They're both being held in my jail on $1 million bond, and they're due in court on March 27th.
All right. Well, listen, Sheriff, excellent work by those deputies that were out there. Sheriff Darren Weekly of Douglas County, Colorado, thank you so much for your time. Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.